Hey everybody, I hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to come back on here and talk about Jada Pinkett Smith. She did a Red Table Talk today with her husband, Will Smith, and they talked about August Alsina. Jada admitted to having an entanglement with August. That's what she called it. And I think a lot of people are going to start using the term entanglement from now on because of Jada. But I just find it funny how she called uh, their relationship an entanglement, and August was over here talking about he was in love. It's ridiculous, you know. But anyway, Will and Jada talked about it, and they said that they were separated at the time, and they thought they weren't going to be getting back together. And then she started out as helping August, and then they got into an entanglement. And as they were talking, you could clearly see that Will was very, very embarrassed. He had an anger in his eyes that I haven't seen, and it was hurt. And he did say that he's going to get her back for what she's doing, what she did by embarrassing him. I don't think he cares about the affair as much as the humiliation part of it. Because say what you want about Will Smith, I have never heard a woman come out and say, I had sex with Will Smith, or I had sex with Will Smith, or Will Smith did this, or it's never been that. But Jada got so sloppy with whatever was going on that she allowed herself to be put in this situation. I think she's learned her lesson. I really think she's learned her lesson. If she ever cheats on Will again or steps outside of marriage, she's going to pick somebody who is married as well, who has just as much to lose as she does. Because you see, August don't have that much to lose. He's not married. He has no children, and he's come from a background where, his mama wanted an abortion. His sister's dead. He has sickness, mental and physical ailments, and so he really is at the point where he's like he doesn't give a fuck about anything or anyone. So I think part of the reason why he even revealed that him and Jada had sex was because he wanted to kind of destroy their union or stick it to Jada in some sort of way. But what it did was just prove that Jada had no business being with him because he's emotionally immature. He's emotionally immature because there was no reason for him to talk about it unless he felt as though he wasn't getting money behind it. I think they stopped some of his money. I think Will Smith stopped some of his money and some of his gigs behind the scenes. And he may have felt blackballed. But if he felt blackballed then, he's definitely going to feel blackballed now. Because if you notice the language, Jada made it a point to talk about how sick August was. So basically, she was kind of talking down on him in a subtle way, in a shady way. Um, she's never going to leave Will Smith. They're never going to leave each other. They did what I said that they should do, which was come out and say, look, that statement was released by other people. That statement that they made about, her not having sex with August, that was released by the representatives. And that she really did, and it was at a time when they were separated, and la da da da. And how they spun it today made them a lot endearing to a lot of couples who are going through divorce, or maybe giving them some hope that hey, maybe they can work it out, maybe they can forgive. But I caught her in a lie, and I don't know if anybody else in America caught this, but she said she never spoke to August since they broke up. But he was on the Red Table Talk. The Red Table Talk, he was on the Red Table Talk last year. So at the end of the day, if she hadn't spoken to August since since their situation. Why was he on the red table talk? So you see, she should have not said that foolishness, because she clearly has spoken to him. Um, August Alsina, it's time for him to leave this situation alone. Will and Jada are a team. Jada is never going to divorce Will and downgrade in her lifestyle. She likes being Mrs. Smith. She has 2 children with the man. Where is she going to go at this point? 24 years in. They're 24 years in. Good or bad, right or wrong, she's never going to divorce Will Smith. She already said that last year. She said, I don't care what Will does, we're never going to divorce. And he said that as well. I don't care what Jada does, we're never going to divorce. And we made that decision. So at the end of the day, it's time for August to move on. It's time for him to realize that she can't leave. If she would have leave Will Smith for August Alsina, she would have been out here looking so bad. First of all, you're leaving your husband, who has hundreds of millions of dollars, for a boy who has never been married and who is 20 years younger, and who is emotionally unstable. It would have been looking so bad if she were to leave her husband of 24 years for August Alsina. Yeah, but she lied. Do I think Jada's a whore? Of course. Jada's a filthy whore. A filthy fucking whore. Like I like to say about Azriel. Jada is a filthy fucking whore. But that is because her mother was addicted to crack. You have to remember, Jada came from a background where her mother was addicted to crack, and she never had that father in the household. So she really learned a lot about family from Will. And I think Will fell in love with Jada because she is stunning, and because she has a quality about her that is very charming, and that's what's made her successful in entertainment. But the other side of it is that something in her makes her want to stray from a marriage. Something in her, maybe she feels she doesn't deserve to be loved. Her grandmother molested her when she was a child. You remember, she admitted that her grandmother showed her how to masturbate, which is molestation. So I think she has a lot of emotional issues that has not been dealt with. And hopefully now it will be dealt with now that she has come forth, admitted to the relationship. This could all be a humiliation ritual. I'm talking like this is a regular situation. But it could also all be a humiliation ritual for Jada Pinkett, and it could be some sort of satanic ritual going on to why the elites allowed August to expose Jada the way that Jada was exposed. Something that she did pissed somebody off, and they gave August permission to go say what he said. It could be that, or it could just be that everything on the surface is how it is, and it's nothing nefarious going on. But we'll see. Only time will tell. We'll see how August responds. I hope he leaves it alone, and I hope he stops crying and whining. Let it go. The woman is decades older than you. She's married. She's never gonna leave Will. I think they're gonna be together till death do them part. And I don't know if Will will blood sacrifice Jada, because he was looking like he was ready to kill her. He was laughing, but it was like embarrassment, like he was humiliated. Like everybody knows that another man had sex with his wife, and that didn't make him feel good. And let me tell you something about men. I don't care whether a man is rich or whether he's broke. If you as a woman cheat on a man, he'll never look at you the same. He could cheat. A man could cheat, a woman will forgive. We'll still stick around. A man could cheat, and women, we stick around. You know, if the money is right, if you're treating you right, if you're paying the bills, you know, we'll stick around, we'll forgive. Again, we'll forgive one time, 2 times, 30 times. You bring other babies in the relationship, you get 10 women pregnant, you may get your mama pregnant, we'll still forgive, and all of that. I never been in that situation, but I know some people who, you know, been with a man and their sister got pregnant by him or whatever. But we'll forgive because we're trained subconsciously to believe that men cannot be monogamous and boys will be boys. But men, they never forgive. They never forgive. Men don't even like when you say hello to another man. They never forgive. And Will may look as if he is forgiving Jada, but he is pissed. He is pissed at the humiliation. And best believe some revenge is coming August Alsina's way for humiliating Will. He doesn't really care about the sex as much as the humiliation behind it all. And it's sad that Jada would put herself in this position. She should have tried, you know who she should have had sex with? Jada should have had sex with somebody like Trey Songz. I don't think Trey Songz would have went on radio talking about, in an interview talking about having sex with Jada. I don't think he would have done it. Or Chris Brown. Or maybe Drake. Somebody, one of those three. If she wanted to get with a younger dude in the industry, get with somebody like that. Or get, you know, if she, for me, if she wanted to cheat, it should have been with like a Denzel. You know, get with somebody like a Denzel who was already married, who's not going to leave his wife, Pauletta. Get with a man like him and have, you know, your little fling and, you know, your little romance, and then get right back to Will. But don't humiliate him. That's the problem. I feel like she's a mother. She has children. She should have been more aware of what was going on. You know, to know that, hey, I'm a mother. It's seen in a different light if I step out in a marriage versus if my husband steps out. And the fact that no woman has come forth on Will, as of me making this video, no woman has come forward on Will to say, oh, Will Smith touched my breast, or I suck Will Smith's dick. Nobody came forward to say anything about Will in all these years. Whatever Will has done, he has kept it away from Jada. And he has been, you know, he has been very respectful. He hasn't been disrespectful with his cheating. And that's the difference between Will and Jada. Jada got sloppy with it. But I think she regrets it. But they had to come out and clear it up because money was on the line. And I think the tables are turning in Jada's favor because a lot of people are now looking at August like, okay, leave it alone. She admitted it. Leave her alone. Move on. The woman is married. Clearly, her and Will love each other. They're dedicated to each other. And they're dedicated to their family. As they should be. As they should be. You think August cried when Jada called him an entanglement? I think so. I think he cried when Jada called him an entanglement. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. These people, these Hollywood stars. That's why I don't envy anybody's relationship or marriage. You know? I'm not married, but if I were to get married, I'm not going to cheat on my husband. I'm not going to marry anybody that I think I would have to cheat on, you know, because I take marriage seriously. So one day when I get married and I walk down the aisle to a man that I absolutely love, I'm going to be 1,000,000% sure that this is the man that I want to spend the rest of my life with, you know. I'm not going to willy-nilly marry somebody that I feel doesn't love me and is not going to hold me down. And that I would ever embarrass. And another thing, I would never embarrass. I take marriage so seriously and relationships so seriously, I would never embarrass a man that I was with. I've never cheated in a relationship, you know. I like to be with one man at a time. I just can't. I just don't have it in me. If you want to date around, be single. But Jada did what she did, you know. She embarrassed Will. It was all on his face. And he said he was going to get her back, so we'll see. But one thing is clear. The Smiths are a united front. And whether or not Will hates Jada's guts, he'll never divorce her because he doesn't want the humiliation. He doesn't want to fail at another marriage. And I think it's high time that Jada start respecting her husband. I want to see her wearing her wedding ring. I want to see her praising her husband publicly. I want to see her apologizing. And what I wish she would have done today is apologize to Will for the humiliation of it. Apologize to Will for the humiliation of August Alsina coming out and embarrassing him by saying that he had sex with his wife. Because this is not some side chick. This is someone he's been married to for 24 years. And for August Alsina to feel bold enough and compelled enough to come forward and say that he had sex with somebody's wife is really disrespectful. And that's what made me believe that it was a humiliation ritual. You know? But it is what it is. August Alsina is a sickly boy. He's a real sickly boy. August Alsina is a sickly boy. Any woman who has sex with him, you know, it is what it is. They're going to get somebody that's a sickly boy. She should have cheated with if she had to have sex with another man, it should have been Mr. Trey Songz. Or get somebody like Nas. Get somebody her own age like Nas. I don't think Nas would have said anything. Nas, you don't never know who Nas having sex with. Get somebody like that that's been around, that respects the marriage, you know, that respects you and won't air you out like that. August Alsina has no type of fucking respect. And I think he lost respect because his money started coming up missing. Because when he was told that a lot of people didn't want to mess with him because of Jada and Will, I think he said, okay, I'm going to mess your money up. I'm going to show people that you're a goddamn whore. And that's why he went to Angela Yee. He wanted to expose Jada Pinkett as a filthy fucking whore, 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 whore.